Well, here we are, season 2 of What If. Let's talk about the first episode. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's TV review of the Disney Plus original series, What If Season 2. This episode is What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps? Okay, so I got this not expecting to have the series sent to me, so it's kind of cool. I am going to do an episode by episode, day by day scenario since it premieres every day for the next 9 days. So be aware, you'll see a lot of videos on my channel. But yeah, so here we are with the first episode of season 2 of What If. I think the first season was actually quite good, probably some of the best stuff I've seen in the MCU. And I like the fact that it takes characters and kind of puts a spin on it. So we see different characters interacting with the other characters. And that's no different in season 2, at least from the first episode. Like I said, I haven't watched the other episodes yet. So what I'm talking to you now is just the first episode. But there is spoilers because this is premiering when the episode premieres. So just be aware. So Nova Corps and Xandar have been not very present outside of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. It was destroyed by Thanos. It was a place that you don't really get a lot of depth to, unfortunately. You see, like I said, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's nice to see them go and do a Blade Runner-esque style world to this episode. And we bring back Gillan, of course, as Nebula. And she is doing kind of a Rick Deckard type of scenario where she is trying to find out who killed Yondu. And she, of course, has the arrow of Yondu and stuff like that. And it brings her on kind of a, we see, of course, the Nova Prime. I think it's actually Glenn Close coming back to voice the character, and she sends him on a Nova Prime sends Nebula on a quest to figure out who killed Yondu. Well, we also learned that Ronan somehow killed Thanos because that is What If in the alternate universes. But she, of course, gets enlisted some help with some characters you may know from the Guardians and kind of the Thor universe. We of course have Korg, who is voiced by Taika Waititi, who is a bartender under the establishment that is being run by Howard the Duck, who is Seth Green. And we of course have I Am Groot, who of course is voiced by Vin Diesel. And it's basically the story about Nebula not only trying to find out the killer of Yondu, but also using Yon-Rogg, who of course is the main bad guy in was it the Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or something like that, who is voiced by Jude Law. And yeah, it starts out just kind of a noir mystery. This is a very seedy part of Xandar, and it very much feels like a Blade Runner, or if you've ever seen any of the Star Wars prequel movies or any of the Clone Wars, the underbelly, the 1313, the underbelly of Blade Runner, stuff like that. That's what this episode feels like. And as we expect, there is some traitorous stuff going on where Ronan is trying to take down Xandar, and he, of course, like I said, killed Thanos. And as Nebula uses Yon-Rogg to figure out what's going on, deletes all the files. Of course, Yon-Rogg, who has never been a very good individual, double crosses Nebula, leaves her for dead. Of course, there's more to it. We find out that Nova Prime is, of course, double-crossing Nebula as well, and she's kind of allowing Ronan to destroy the world. So with the help of, like I said, the 3 individuals, Howard the Duck, Korg, and, of course, Groot, they take on, of course, Nova Prime. They end up killing and destroying Ronan the Destroyer, or Ronan the Accuser, who actually... we find out that Nebula did a triple cross, and she misused the codes that Yon-Rogg had. So therefore, of course, Ronan's dead. And of course, Nova Prime ends up killing herself because, she would rather die than live in a world where she has failed. And it basically, everything goes back to a Total Recall type of world where, the sun comes out and everything's fine and everything's hunky-dory and, good. And of course, I love the fact that, Nebula has the fin, because that's how she controls, of course, the little arrow thing, and she goes off to do her thing. And basically it's a Blade Runner meets Star Wars meets very Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing. We also see Drax the Destroyer playing cards. We see a bunch of characters from Guardians of the Galaxy, and overall it's a very fun episode. It's not the best I've seen of the series so far. I would probably give like an 8 out of 10, but I think everybody involved knows their role. They've done the role many times before for many years, so they're kind of used to doing these characters. I do feel like sometimes that when they do the animated version of these characters, especially the main actors and actresses, that they feel a little kind of downturned a little bit on their voice work. It feels a little quiet, not as outgoing. It may just be the way the mics are set up and how it's recorded. So it is a weird thing where you listen to Nebula, Karen Gillan's character, talk, and just it feels so subdued to what you're used to. But it's not like a major problem because she's having a lot of fun, as the main character, because once again, I think she's, outside of Scarlet Witch, she's one of the most tragic characters in the entire universe, because not only was she dismantled and turned into a robot by her own father, I guess you could consider him her father, but she was also tortured, and she's also been through some pain, and she had to be with Tony Stark for several months in a ship, and she really feels like a very tragic character. So it's really a lot of fun to see her kind of to get her just desserts, and to the other characters, and kind of work with other characters, and kind of be the main good guy. And it's a very fun thing to see. I love the way this world sets up with like the very dour look, like I said, the very Blade Runner-esque look, where it's very dark and it's very gritty, and like the neon lights, and the only thing that I don't like about this series is just the animation is it's a little hyper realized, a little, I want to say CG'd, I guess you could say. They're trying to CG over like a standard 2D animation project. But that's going to be my only problem with like the series moving forward. Like the major problems are just that, and the simple fact that it's 28 minutes, so you got to do a lot of stuff in 28 minutes. So the reveals, the character development, it's got to move quickly. So therefore, it does lose something in translation with the different characters and how they're set up. But I think it's fun to see like Howard the Duck and of course Korg give a much more expanded upon thing to the world that is Marvel Cinematic Universe in this What If Season 2. So overall, I give the first episode, Nebula joins the Nova Corps, an 8 out of 10, which bodes well, hopefully, for the next 8 episodes coming forward. So with that said, that is my take on Season 2, Episode 1 of What If. Comments below. What do you think of the episode? Did you see the Watcher? I didn't see him, but I'm pretty sure he was there in the background somewhere, as he always is in each episode, so I probably missed that. So let me know where you saw him in the comments below. Otherwise, what do you think of the episode? And that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you liked the video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.